Hey, what's going on, ladies and gentlemen? How's everybody making out today? YouTube. It is 11:45 a.m. on a Monday morning, and got a review here, or just a first impressions. I'm sorry to look at a piece here. This is one of the newest piece coming out from GEC Cutlery. And this is GEC's rendition of their camp knife. And I gotta say, I don't think that I thought that I was going to be able to handle that many camp knives. Now, I am a big camp knife guy, but they're very hard to get. And I'm not referring to GEC knives, because this is, as far as I know, the first camp knife that came out. And maybe it's not, but I am, excuse me, unaware of any other camp knife coming out of GEC. Nor do I care. It's not the point. But the point is, if you try to get into any kind of camp knife, they are normally going to come to you old, battered, rusty. The blades are going to be very sharpened out, and they are going to be worth practically nothing, and pretty much on the unusable side, you know what I mean? Because just the way it went, because they were just, they're lost treasures, is what I'm trying to say. These camp knives are very sought after. And again, I don't mean this GEC camp knife. I mean just camp knives in general. If you could get yourself an older, clean camp knife, well, then you really got a special piece there. You know what I mean? Because there's not many left in the wild, because there's not many of them out there. That's what I'm trying to say. End of the story there. And I just appreciate them for what they are. I just like them quite a bit, you know what I mean? But I don't have any of them. I got a couple. I don't even call them camp knives, but I'll show you what I do have. And please don't laugh, because they're really, I'm not that. If you want to see some camp knives, you want to go over to Hobie's Knives. He's got all that stuff, man. He gets into that stuff heavy. And but I just wanted to show you this piece from GEC, and this is their new piece from GEC, their camp knife. You've got this beautiful inlay there of the lightning bolt. It says Johnny on the spot right there on the on that spear blade. It says Johnny on the spot. You have, this is really cool. You could stick any 1/4 inch bit in there, and if you need to use it, and I'm going to say an emergency use, you could stick your 1/4 inch bit in there and turn or untighten or loosen whatever you need to do with that right there. You've got your cap lifter right there. You have your, and this is something I wanted to test out. You have your can opener, and it looks like it's a really good can opener, and I've never tested a can opener. I just want to see how it works. So that's something I might be doing, because the curiosity is getting to me. I need to test out one of these can openers. I want to see if I could get a can open with that. You've got this jigging here, this black jig bone that's, pretty much standard with GEC cutlery. Brass pins. What else we got? We got a long pull. And it's also, again, on a 35 equal end pattern. That's what this one is. And the one that I got a couple, if I can get to it, a couple weeks ago, I ordered this guy. And this is the cattle knife. And they are both on the same exact pattern. 35 patterns. That's what they are. They're almost, I mean, they're very, very similar. You know what I mean? But just really, really great pieces of cutlery here. Very, very nice. These are exceptional pieces of cutlery. My wife asked me the other day, I like to keep my private life private. And I don't like to say a lot of things and what happens in my daily life and all that other stuff because it's private, right? But she asked me, she says, why do you do it? She turned to me and says, why do you do it? And I says, do what? And she says, why do you spend all that money on knives and just why do you ever think that you'd ever stop, and do you ever realize that the kind of money you would have if you just stopped doing it or buying knives? And I thought about it, but I didn't say too much about it, and it was left at that. And I came downstairs, and I had this piece, and I said, or it was this one back there, and I said, this is the reason. I said, Trish, you got a second? She was like, yeah, why? I was like, you remember the other day you asked me why I do it, and the reason why I dump. She is very, very against the knife hobby. She doesn't agree with it if it's brought up in my household, or if like the next door neighbor comes over, she looks, if I have a knife out on a cat, it doesn't matter. She does not want to, she rolls her eyes. She doesn't want to speak of it. She doesn't want to have anything to do with it, which I can understand that, yes, it's a lot of money to be in this hobby. Yes, it is. And, you know, for the most part, I don't do drugs. I don't drink. I don't go out to the bar. I don't whore around. I very seldom leave the house. I take care of what needs to be taken care of. I take care of my dogs. I take care of my homestead, and I take care of business for the most part, the best that I could do, you know. And the only thing that I really enjoy is cutlery. I just enjoy knives, and especially GECs. You know what I mean? That is, that's what I really, you know, that's what I get off on. And from me going out to a bar and partying up and hooting and hollering and having a good time, this right here is my hooting and hollering. And this is my good time. This is what I call a good time. When I come up in the room, I close the door, I shoot a video, and this is my good time, okay? But I just wanted to give you guys, we're getting away from the issue. I just wanted to give you guys a look at this piece. We'll come back to it. This is the 35 pattern new camp knife. This is GEC's camp knife, and it is really, really a nice piece. But I want to talk about a couple other things if I can. I want to talk about the tubing. This tubing is one of the best tubings that I've seen on a GEC knife. Now you've got the little girl there. She's opening up the knife or getting out the knife on what tool he needs, and he is looking at her, specifying what he needs, and she's trying to find it in the knife. He is changing a tire. Whatever he's doing to the tire, he's doing something to the tire, and he needs a tool. So she's going to hand off the knife to him, and he's going to go ahead and work on the bike. It might even be her bike. He might be fixing the bike for her. So that is so cool. That's exactly what it is. He's fixing the bike for her because it's Johnny on the spot, right? You can see it there. That's why it's named Johnny on the Spot. Camping tool knife, Great Eastern Cutlery. We all know that, where it's produced. Just a wonderful, wonderful piece. You've got the 35 pattern there. That's the pattern. Year 22. This is the model number right there. And it's a black Texdel. Black Texdel. That is the jigging pattern. Black Texdel. And I really thought the tubing, I mean, the tubing stole the show for me. I can't stop looking at the tubing because it tells a story, right? It really tells a story. It's just fascinating to me. I'm fascinated with GEC cutlery. I'm fascinated with the whole ball and wax, and that's a good tube. I wanted to show you that because it meant a lot, you know what I mean? And it says it here, I've already showed you right there. Try and focus in on that, Bader. Johnny on the Spot. There's Johnny on the Spot. Comes right in on the spot, man. Takes care of the little girl. Gets her up and running on her bike again, right? The inlay, again with that inlay right there, with that lightning bolt inlay. That jigging pattern is just magnificent. Equal end pattern. Nickel silver bolsters. You've got this wonderful, wonderful, very aggressive can opener. Very aggressive can opener. And then you got this soft drink opener here. And you've got the 1/4-inch drive there, like I told you before. You stick the 1/4-inch drive in there and go to town on it in an emergency. And that's what you got there. You've got a straight edge Phillips there, if you need it, right there, Phillips edge, boom, and you're in action. Long pole, beautiful big spear. I love these spears they're putting on this, but you know what? The only thing that is missing was a bail. The good old bail, right? And I brought these out just for an example because tell me that they don't look like this new GEC doesn't look like the Camp King. Look at that. Now, don't that look like a Camp King, ladies and gentlemen? Just fantastic. And I am in love with Camp King knives. I love Camp Kings. I love them. So let's put this one down here. And this one needs to get spoken about a little bit. This was given to me, this one here was given to me by my father. And I always talked about the only thing that was missing was a bail. And man, it makes me almost want to cry. Stuart Harvey bent this by himself and didn't take no measurements or anything. Just thought it would fit. And made me a bail for my father's knife that he gave me as a boy. This knife was given to me when I was 10, 11 years old. And I've always adored this knife. But I said, you know something? Man, I wish that bail didn't come off that knife. And sure enough, this is what Stuart Harvey sent me through the mail. He bent this himself. This wasn't bought. You can't buy this. You can't buy that. He bent it and said, you know something, Pete? Try this on your Camp King and let me know how it fits. I don't know if it's going to fit or not. Just try it. I tried. I thought it might fit, you know. Try it on. And sure enough, it fits like a glove. Like a glove. Like a glove. But I'm getting choked up here. But the main thing of this whole showing you these are, don't this new GEC look like a camp knife? The jigging and the spear point blades and everything. But don't that look like a Camp King? And put this one down. Go back to this one. This is a newer one. That's why I'll show you this one. Just look at the jigging. The jigging. Don't that look like they tried to duplicate a Camp King? See, you could see it right there. It says Camp King. But just look at them side by side. You know, the similarity is there, right? Right or wrong? Boy, that's close. That is close. If this had a bail, it would even be closer. You know? That is close. That is close. I think the GEC might have been replicating or trying to duplicate a Camp King. What do you guys think? What do you guys think about that? I think they did. I thought that I had the best camp knife there was. Although I wanted the older ones but couldn't find any older ones. I just wanted to give you guys a peek at the leather quality. That I got this one on eBay, and by the grace of God, it must have been it was lucky. It was a lucky day. This was on eBay, and it was up for a fantastic price. It came with everything you see here. But this was, and still till today, one of my favorite knives. And this is the Remington. This is my Remington camp knife. And when I tell you, this knife is, I just adore it. I'll do a video later on this. I'm not going to pull them all out. We're at our time limit here. But I just wanted to show you this Remington camp knife. And this is one of my favorite knives in my whole entire collection. There's certain pieces that I really that I would pretty much die for, you know what I mean? And this happens to be one of them. This Remington piece right here, I'd pretty much give up. Hold on, guys. It's stuck in there. The paperwork's stuck in there. I kept the paperwork. I'd pretty much give up my life for stuff like this, because it means a lot to me, you know what I mean? It really means a lot to me, these knives. And they're not easy to come by, you know what I mean? And they're just, this is what I do. You know, this is what I live for. This is my life. This is a part of me, you know what I mean? And this leather quality is the most fantastic leather. You know, leather is leather, but man, there are so many different qualities of leather, you know what I mean? And this one is just of the highest quality, right? Just a great piece. Oh, man. Oh, man. Okay. Well, guys, that's about it for this one. I just wanted to give you guys a look at this one here. This is the newest Camp King. What do you guys think about this GEC piece? I'm in awe, you know. I don't even really have words for it. It's just a beautiful piece. The jigging, this inlay, I was like, oh my God, when I saw that inlay with that lightning bolt, you know, what words, what do you want to say, you know? It's a beautiful, beautiful piece of cutlery. This is history here. You know what I mean? This stuff goes, it goes further than just, man, just your everyday, ordinary pocket knife and your knives. And these pieces these are going to be very hard to get years to come. These are pieces that are just going to be, it's just an awesome piece. I never thought that they'd come out with a camp knife, especially this one like this. And I love what it even says, you know, just says cool, you know, Johnny on the spot, right? Isn't that cool? Doesn't that have a cool factor to it, guys? Really, man, really, don't it? Just a spectacular, spectacular piece. All right, guys, I'm not going to sit here and ramble. I can't ramble this all no more, man. I'm man alive. Please drop me a comment, guys. I'd greatly, greatly appreciate your input. And, yeah, I mean, that's about it, man. Please, all I ask, please drop me a comment. Let me know what you think. All right, guys, be good, be well, and be safe. We'll see you on the next one. Take care, guys.